What's going on, guys? Welcome to Clutch People. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night. And today I'm going to be talking about what happened to Greg Oden. If you end up enjoying this video, be sure to smash the like button and click that subscribe button. Road to 500 subscribers. I want to really appreciate you guys so much for the amount of support. So no further ado, let's get into what happened to Greg Oden. Greg Oden came out of Lawrence North High, getting treated like the second coming of Bill Russell. The two-time National High School Player of the Year became the cornerstone of basketball, especially when it came to the recruiting class at Ohio State University, being one of the most hyped-up players coming out of high school in history. He ended up committing to Ohio State University, being one of the most dominant forces in college basketball, standing at 7 foot, 250 pounds, averaging 15.7 points per game, 9.6 rebounds, 3.3 blocks, and shooting 61% from the field. During the draft process, he was getting compared to Bill Russell and David Robinson, some of the most dominant forces in NBA history, in general and at the center position. He looked like the clear-cut #1 pick, so the Trailblazers drafted him #1 overall in the 2007 NBA draft, ahead of Kevin Durant from Texas. Little did they know, Oden's career would be destroyed with injuries, specifically knee injuries, as he never had the opportunity to live up to the hype, only playing 105 games in his NBA career. As Kevin Durant is still dominating in the NBA, proving himself as one of the greatest scorers of all time, he's a one-time MVP, he has a scoring title, and winning a couple of NBA championships, as his life looked like it was going downhill after his NBA career. I don't think people realize NBA players are human. At the end of the day, they have hearts and they have emotions. You can't buy their happiness with money. As on August 11, 2014, Oden made a big-time mistake as he was charged with battery for punching his ex-girlfriend in the face on August 7th in Lawrence, Indiana. He pleaded guilty in 2015 to battery with moderate bodily injury, and the other 3 charges were dropped. He was put on probation and ordered to pay a fine and attend counseling. As on April 12, 2016, Oden was hired by the Ohio State Buckeyes men's basketball team to be the student manager for the team while he went back to finish his degree at college. In September 2016, Oden and fiancée Sabrina Williams welcomed their first child to the world together. London Oden, the couple later married on September 3, 2017, in Hawaii. As Oden's life went downhill even more a couple years later, Greg Oden was drinking all day, morning until night. And he did it every day. He would wake up and go straight for a bottle to get through the day. Every time he ate, he would throw up. The life of the #1 pick was crumbling down. Oden, at 28 years old, would stare at the television screen watching clips of the player drafted behind him, Kevin Durant, now a league superstar. Of course, he does have a big-time injury with the Brooklyn Nets, but before that, he was one of the most dominant players to ever play the game of basketball. We don't know how he's going to come back yet, though. As he would be up crying and crying, he would watch old NBA YouTube clips of himself, knowing he shouldn't. He would sob. Oden was plagued with injuries throughout his 7-year NBA career. He still heard the words pretty much every day, echoing, "Greg Oden is the biggest bust in the NBA." He had so much sadness and disappointment, as he believed there was no other way to make the pain disappear than to drink and numb himself, but he did recover from that, and he is now healthy, sharing his story across the world, and he went on to go back to school and graduate. Of course, it's a lot of tough things to go through in your life, and I couldn't even imagine what Greg Oden went through, but I hope he's in a healthy state of mind, and I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.